What if the most dangerous conflicts in the world are not fought on battlefields, but behind closed doors, where decisions are made in silence and a single conversation can shift entire regions? Today, something unusual is happening. Nations that once stood apart are now at the same table, not as friends, not as enemies, but as forces trying to prevent something worse. To truly understand the present situation, we must go back to its origins. Many of today's tensions did not begin recently. They are the result of decades of shifting alliances, mistrust, and regional power struggles. What appears as a modern diplomatic crisis is actually the continuation of a much older geopolitical story, one that has evolved over time, layer by layer. For many years, this conflict did not take the shape of a traditional war. Instead, it evolved into what experts often call a shadow war. Operations were carried out quietly through intelligence, cyber activity, and indirect pressure, rather than open confrontation. Nothing was fully declared, yet everything carried consequences. Iran's regional strategy has largely focused on long-term influence rather than immediate confrontation. Over time, it has expanded its presence through alliances, strategic positioning, and political networks across the region. This approach is not built on sudden action, but on gradual influence, shaping outcomes without always engaging in direct warfare. In response, Israel developed a highly advanced defense and intelligence system focused on prevention and precision. Instead of waiting for conflict to escalate, threats are identified early and neutralized through rapid technological and strategic action. This system reflects a doctrine built on one principle: speed and accuracy determine survival. The United States plays a central but complex role in this geopolitical landscape. Its involvement spans diplomacy, defense partnerships, and strategic monitoring of regional developments. While not always directly engaged, its influence shapes decisions, alliances, and responses across multiple fronts. Beyond official meetings and public statements, much of global diplomacy happens behind closed doors. These private discussions often shape outcomes far more than public announcements ever reveal. This is where back-channel communication takes place, where silence and discretion define the outcome. One of the greatest risks in such a fragile environment is unintended escalation, a misinterpretation, a delayed response, or a single strategic miscalculation can trigger reactions that spiral far beyond original intent. This is why decisions are made with extreme caution at every level. These regional tensions do not exist in isolation. They directly affect the global system. Energy prices, trade routes, financial markets, and international security frameworks all react to instability in this region. In today's interconnected world, no conflict remains local for long. At the center of all this complexity lies a fundamental question. Why do such conflicts continue despite decades of diplomacy and negotiation? The answer may lie in a combination of history, power dynamics, and unresolved mistrust that continues to shape present decisions. history repeatedly shows that conflicts rarely produce simple resolutions. Instead, they tend to reshape issues, creating new challenges for future generations. The consequences of such tensions extend far beyond the battlefield, affecting societies, economies, and entire regions over time. The future of this geopolitical situation remains uncertain, suspended between diplomacy and potential escalation. The direction it takes will depend on decisions made today, in negotiation rooms, intelligence briefings, and diplomatic channels. History is still unfolding in real time. If you want to explore more deep geopolitical stories like this, where history and modern politics intersect, subscribe to Battle Diary. Share your thoughts in the comments, because understanding different perspectives matters. And remember, history is not just about the past, it is about understanding the present.